Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, September the 29th. Today in geometry, we continue to look at section 2.8, talking about angles and their relationships. And I'm going to show you a typical problem here so that you'll be able to look through your homework. So I'll go ahead and share the screen here and show you the whiteboard. All right, so if we look at a problem here, generally speaking, every problem you will have a diagram. And a diagram, we're looking at problem number 11 on page 155. So I'll put that down here. This is page 155, number 11. Okay, so the diagram looks like this. You've got your intersecting lines here. And then we have this angle here numbered 9. So this is angle 9. And this angle here is angle 10. Now, before we get started, when you look at a diagram such as this, the first thing you want to figure out is, what does the diagram say to you? And you've got to be able to tell something from the diagram. In this case, we know that this line, this diagonal line here, represents 180 degrees. And if I add angle 9 and angle 10, they form a linear pair. And one of our theorems says that if two angles form a linear pair, then they are supplementary. And if they're supplementary, then they add to 180 degrees. So we know basically the problem we're looking at here, if we go back to our text here, we can say in this particular situation that the measure of angle 9 plus the measure of angle 10 equals 180 degrees, because that's what the supplement means. Now, if you look at this particular problem, so this particular problem, it tells us in this case that the measure of angle 9 is equal to 3x plus 12, and the measure of angle 10 is equal to x minus 24. So if we take and do the substitution here, because, I mean, the picture had told you that if I add the measures of these two angles, I get 180 or 180 degrees. So I will go ahead and substitute. I will replace angle 9 with 3x plus 12. So I have 3x plus 12. And I add to that the measure of angle 10, which is x minus 24. And I set that equal to 180 degrees. And then I do the algebra to solve this equation, and I can figure out what x is. So let's go ahead. If we look, we see we have 4x minus 12 is equal to 180. So then we can take the 12 across to both sides. So we get 4x is equal to 192. And then we can divide both sides by 4. So we get x is equal to 4 and 48. Okay, so x is 48. Now the problem normally will ask us for the size of each one of the angles. So then I can come back now, since the measure of angle 9 is 3x plus 12, and so I can say the measure of angle 9 is equal to 3 times 48 plus 12. Okay, so that equals 3 times 48 is 144 plus 12. So I get this angle is 144 plus 12 is 156. And then I can come right down below it. And I can say the measure of angle 10 is equal to x, which is 48, minus 24, which is minus 24, which is equal to 24. Now, if I add 156 and 24, I get 180. So that's a check to see that my angles are good. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do, I will go ahead and close out this, stop sharing here and go back to my main screen. So what we've got left this week, tomorrow we're going to do some geometry plane and simple worksheets just to kind of review. Then Thursday, Friday, and Monday, we will be reviewing and preparing for the test. Now, I will put your test assignment in the OneNote assignment sheet here tomorrow, so you can start working on your test between now and next Tuesday. If you go ahead and just make sure that you have your test requirement completed by next Tuesday, that would be your deadline. As always, if you have questions or if you have things that you don't understand, send me an email, my school email, and I will get back to you. Hope you're doing well. I will see you tomorrow.